Niesamowity cyfrowy świat, słuchajcie, i mamy usunięte sceny, więc zapraszam was bardzo serdecznie. Jestem ciekaw, co tutaj zobaczymy.
The show started in mid-2022 in pre-production to where it was finally finished in late 2023. First,
Okej, czyli
taking a
zobaczymy
look at
sobie
the
tutaj,
neon,
patrzcie.
But if you also look at some of the characters throughout these
U góry macie sceny, które zostały jakby wcześniej zrobione, takie pierwsze wersje, a to jest, słuchajcie, już gotowe to na dole.
scenes, they just look a little bit off, and this is because they're not fully rendering these scenes out. When they actually needed to get the final scenes for the final cut of the episode, which is what we watch on YouTube, they fully render everything out in the highest detail. But when they're just going over animations and seeing if they need any tweaking, they will put it in the lowest graphics setting.
Aha, czyli jak robią animacje, to robią to pierwsze w ten sposób, tak? Żeby nie było, nie przeciążało renderu, tak? I tego programu. Nieźle. Czyli robią tak bez niczego. Bez tła. Ciekawe.
They literally didn't even put the shapes on her torso until after. But the funniest out of all of them is Kathmo's abstracted form. What on planet Earth is this thing? Obviously,
No, a patrzcie, to ta pierwsza, proszę oceń mnie, nie będę oceniał na razie nikogo.
you can see in the finished version, Kathmo does look cool, he's abstracted and all this thing is glitching, but when
No, ciekawe to wygląda, słuchajcie. Wersja przed i po, nie?
have to actually animate
Różnica
him
jest
at first, he's
totalna.
literally just a giant ice cream blob with chipped
No,
mint
taki.
sprinkles all over him. I literally can't describe what this is, it just looks weird. Another
To jest
part of the
dziwne,
Amazing
no.
Digital Circus's production are the walking cycles. In order for the animators to save time, they add what's called cycles, where they'll have an animation that can loop and yet still look fluid and realistic. For example, walking. Gangle had a running animation which didn't look
Patrzcie jak biega. Ta pierwsza
too
animacja.
hard. Hinger was insanely easy to make, according to one of the animators, where they literally
Ha, każdą postać trzeba potem animować, żeby się ruszała.
just sway his hips side to side,
Nieźle.
but were just straight up not used
Patrzcie.
and thrown out. It's possible that these were meant for the running away from Kathmo's scene after Kathmo had Kathmo looked goodness. If you look at this next test, they literally move her head around, decapitate her, and
Wiecie, jak dużo trzeba pracy włożyć, żeby stworzyć taką animację, taki odcinek, który trwa tam 30 minut? Ja cię gwiżdżę.
plop it right back on her.
To dużo
They're trying to
ludzi
test the
musi
physics of the
pracować,
Amazing
nie?
Digital Circus characters, which
Nad
means
tym.
that could each character be really stretchy. Some of the in the show, they decided to just go crazy and make some funny animations with the character rigs. So for example, we can see Pomni making some
Aha,
pretty
jakie zęby i to.
with 2 black squares for an eye and some black lines for teeth. He's
Nie, no to
literally
jest
a yellow ball. But
ciężka
this
robota,
one, I don't
ciężka
even know what to say
robota
about
jest
this
coś
one.
takiego.
Like what happened here, bro? For eyeing, her hands kinda do, but what is happening with her legs? Which is probably an early part of their animation, but it's kind of weird to see why they would animate like this unless of which so they did this, but the as a circus is in the episode. But why would he want Pomni not to touch the door if he said he made it for them to go through? This is very interesting, as it could mean that the exit door is a real place and that the void could be the exit. But then again, this will never be confirmed to be canon. However, there is a very, very high chance, but they don't really say any.
Jezu, co to jest? Czemu ona ma tasak w głowie?
It's a bit unfluid, but eventually they got it good with the pilot episode. 90s video game coding room? I don't know what this is.
Co to jest? To jest też jakaś scena, widzę, usunięta.
The cellar and the dorm hall once
A nie, no to
again,
wszystkie te.
but this time he couldn't change it as quickly as he wanted to because Kathmo's foot was sticking out, which means that Kathmo could have actually escaped but chose not.
No ciekawe, słuchajcie. Czekamy na odcinek następny. W drugim odcinku ma być nowa postać swoją drogą. Jestem ciekawy, kto to będzie, bo twórcy powiedzieli, że będzie to postać, która jeszcze się nie pokazała w tym serialu. Także jestem ciekaw. Jak myślicie?